What's going on, guys, and welcome to another video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and today I'm just gonna be talking to you guys and updating you in terms of what's happening, what has happened so far in terms of life and the channel and everything. For those who don't know me personally, probably like 90% of the audience that are subscribed to me in which I give thanks to everyone that has subscribed to the channel so far. I really appreciate the support. I'm really just a small channel that's making videos based on videos that I have watched, and I'm not really an expert, so anything that's been in my videos, expect that every information in those videos is just really a reflection on how I understood other people's videos that I've watched. And a little bit of research, of course. But yeah, I just want to update you guys. So again, for those who don't know me personally, I have been living with my grandfather for 15 years, and we have really made a connection in terms of the grandson and grandfather relationship. And unfortunately, last March, just the day right after my birthday, he passed away. And that was a really tough pill to swallow, and that was really a life-changing event for me. And to be honest, I didn't know back then if I was gonna be able to handle it, but surprisingly, I've been going through it okay-ish, and I think I handled it better than I thought I would. But I think it has a lot to do something with the content that I've been consuming, content that have really changed my perspective in terms of like my mindset, looking at things. A good example, looking at things either in a positive way or in a negative way, in which I was a pretty huge pessimist back in the days. And so if this was 2 years ago, I don't know what I would have done. And so just want to share that with you guys. That has been happening, or rather that has happened. And so I'm doing okay right now. I really miss my grandfather, but life does go on. And so the only thing that really I can do, or anybody in our family could do, is to try and learn something from it and move forward. He will continue to live on in our hopes and our dreams. And yeah, so just want to let that out. And also, I've been doing a podcast recently with a friend, hence the lack of videos on this channel. Our podcast is more on about like the mindset, because I want to share what really changed my perspective from being a really negative thinker to somewhat, well, not a totally positive thinker, but rather someone who has now more power to manage the negative thinking. So that's not totally gone, but I do believe that I've been managing it better so far compared to, like, say 2 years ago. And so that played a huge role for my recovery from my grandfather passing away. And that's the reason on why I started the podcast with my friend. His name is Kim. By the way, if you guys are interested in those kinds of topics, we talk about things that millennials. We talk about things that most millennials, particularly Filipino millennials, tend to not talk about. Not all, but it's kind of like topics that you only talk about when you're drunk. Those kinds of topics. And so I think those kinds of topics will equip your mind into being able to handle challenges that will hit your life really hard. If you guys are interested in those kinds of topics, it is in Filipino language though, I want to give you a heads up. But maybe we'll turn to full English someday. Link to the channel to that podcast is in the description. And again, it's in Filipino language. Feel free to follow it if you're into that kind of topic. And also, what's been bugging me so far is whether or not should I incorporate like those kinds of topics in this channel, because before I started the channel, I did my research, and one of the huge topics that are brought to starting YouTubers is that never create content that your subscriber did not subscribe for. And so that comes into play why this has been bugging me so far. Like, should I be talking about like mindset stuff in this channel, or should I just go with tech, you know? And I think I have a passion in tech, but sometimes it dies. Sometimes, you know, I'm kind of like somewhere in between. Like, you don't know what you really want to do. Sometimes you know, sometimes you don't. And so I'm kind of like in a teeter-totter. And so that really is what I want to be figuring out. Whether or not should I incorporate those type of topics in this channel. Will it scare off some of you guys? That's totally fine. I do want to talk about those kinds of topics though, but not to the point that that's the only things that we talk about, right? Life doesn't have to be too serious. So yeah, that's what's been happening to this channel. Expect a video though dropping very soon about this graphics card. You can't see it, but this right here is the 750 Ti. It's a long story. I'll be explaining it in that video, so stay tuned for that. And so yeah, that's it for this video. Just really an update for you guys. Maybe you're wondering why, or maybe you're not, but maybe you're wondering why there hasn't been a video so far. Let me know what you guys think about incorporating some mindset topics in this channel. Will it scare you away? Is that hokey pokey for you? Do you not believe in those types of topics? Do drop in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next video.